The final rays of sun bled through the dense canopy, painting the forest floor in streaks of fading gold. Elara checked her watch. 6:17 p.m. Darkness would fall swiftly in these woods, and she was hopelessly lost. Panic, cold and sharp, pricked at her. She'd been so sure of the trail, so confident in her map. Now, surrounded by towering pines and the whispering gloom of twilight, she felt utterly alone. Except, snapped, not under her own weight. This sound was different, deliberate. A low growl rumbled through the undergrowth, sending a shiver down her spine that had nothing to do with the dropping temperature. She froze, straining to hear over the frantic beat of her heart. Another snap, closer this time. She clutched her hiking stick, its smooth wood suddenly feeling inadequate against the unseen threat. She called out, her voice, a thin thread, in the vastness of the woods. Hello? Is anyone there? Silence, except for the rustling leaves and the growing darkness. Then, she saw it. Two eyes, glowing faintly in the gloom, reflecting the last embers of the setting sun. They were large, predatory eyes, and they were watching her. Fear, raw and primal, choked her. She backed away slowly, her eyes glued to the glowing orbs. A low hiss escaped the darkness. Elara scrambled for a rock, anything to defend herself. As she fumbled, a branch creaked behind her. She whirled around, her breath catching in her throat. Another pair of eyes, identical to the first, regarded her from the shadows. She was surrounded. A wave of despair washed over her. She was trapped, alone, and hunted in the deepening twilight. Time seemed to slow. Each tick of her watch echoed the rhythmic pounding of her heart. Then, a new sound broke the tension, a distant howl, mournful and far off. The eyes in the darkness flickered, then vanished. Silence descended once more, heavy and profound. Elara remained frozen, her heart still hammering against her ribs. After what felt like an eternity, she heard a faint sound, the distant barking of a dog. Hope, fragile but persistent, sparked within her. She knew then that she wasn't completely alone. The forest held other secrets, other presences, but the howl and the barking suggested a different kind of power, a different kind of presence. She was still lost, still afraid, but the chilling certainty of being hunted had faded, replaced by a flicker of hope in the encroaching darkness. She had survived the countdown, but the forest still held its breath.